Marlon Prosper has lived in his York Southwestern unit for over 20 years. His neighbor, Alvin Francis, moved in about 2 decades ago.
He's usually jovial. A lot of people don't know he suffers from mental health because you wouldn't know. You actually wouldn't know.
The week leading up to the incident, Prosper says Francis was being a nuisance, walking the hallway with a staple gun. On December 28th, Francis was at it again and also slamming doors. That's when Prosper got involved.
First time I got him to take his meds. The third time, he got very irritated. I was telling him to keep quiet. He's like, don't tell me what to do in my house.
Prosper says as he was walking back to his unit, Francis ran after him and punched him with the staple gun on the left side of his body.
I didn't feel any damage from the punch initially. So it slowly got worse. The symptoms slowly took effect, right? So yeah. So then I realized there's a lot of blood, it's not stopping, I have to call the ambulance. So saying I needed police response was like a judgment call because he didn't go back home. I'm like, it's the first time he's been violent and he punched me, he could punch somebody else. So I was trying to save him from himself.
Prosper says he made it clear during the 911 call.
My neighbor suffers from mental health and he was being a nuisance. I tried to calm him down and he punched me with a staple gun.
Toronto police say they were not responding to a person in crisis and that they received a second call about a person with a gun. The Special Investigations Unit, which looks at police conduct when someone is seriously injured, killed, or a gun is fired, is investigating what happened next. According to the SIU, a first wave of officers arrived and were approached by Francis, who still had the staple gun. Police fired a sock round and tasers. One officer fired their gun as Francis barricaded himself in his apartment. The emergency task force was then deployed and breached the unit, discharging more tasers and firing a less lethal gun. Prosper, who spent 6 days in hospital needing to get blood sucked out of his lungs, is shocked about the police response.
Well, it doesn't take 30 officers to restrain one person, and you don't have to go to the extent of beating somebody till they're basically dead to then get them into an ambulance.
Francis's family says he was badly injured, left unconscious, and is now blind in one eye. He's since been released from hospital on bail and facing a number of charges while the SIU continue to investigate Toronto police. Manucdoc, CBC News, Toronto.